Hello. I'm going to go over slides 7, 8, and 9 real quick using the actual slides themselves because there's a number of students who turned these in incomplete. And so I just want to make sure we understand what we're supposed to be doing here. So the instructions say drag the black type boxes into the correct part of the Venn diagram. The blue circle are for electrostatic forces only, the red circle, gravitational forces only, and then the center part, anything that applies to both. So both gravitational forces and electrostatic forces can be attractive. So I'm going to click on this text box and I'm going to drag it into the middle here, or try to. Okay, so that one applies to both, so it's in the center part. You're going to do that for each text box. You select it until you get the blue dots around the edge. Then you move your mouse until you get the plus sign with the arrows, and then you drag it to where it applies. Okay. So for number 7, that's what you have to do for all of these. You need to place them in the appropriate circles. Number 2, you're just typing in your responses in the boxes here. So for this first one, it says, what will happen to the force if charge 2 is increased? So you just click on it and then, oh, it's being all funny, and then type your answer. And then there you go. And I would like it if you would please highlight your text and change the color so that it is easy to see. Okay, so you have your question and then your answer, and you can adjust the font size just kind of however it works out. You can extend the text boxes to make them a little bit bigger. That will help. Okay, but you're gonna do that for all 4 of these questions. For the last one, in this box here, you're going to put whether the force between charge 1 and 2 is attractive or repulsive. Okay, only one will be correct. It's not going to be both. It's going to be attractive or repulsive. And then the arrows, what you're going to do with these. So this is the part that people were not doing correctly. You're going to take the arrow, and it says, if you read here at the bottom, it says, move arrows to proper locations. The force arrows should point in the direction the charge would move if free to move. So if you want to look back here to the previous slide, note that when the charges are opposite, so negative, positive, that the force is attractive. Notice that the arrows are pointing towards each other. So that is how you should place the arrows for these. So they should be placed like that. Okay, so they're either going to be placed pointing towards each other or pointing away from each other. Okay, those are the only 2 ways they should be done. So either like this or oops, I moved the wrong thing. All right. All right, and then that would show the arrows going towards each other. So in other words, if these were free to move, these 2 arrows say that these 2 would move towards each other. That's what you're looking at. So this is what I need to see. A lot of people left all the arrows at the bottom and didn't put them in the right locations. And then some of the people who did place arrows didn't put them in the correct locations. Like I saw arrows located kind of in like above or below, or in incorrectly identifying attraction versus repulsion. So both of the arrows should be going either towards each other or away from each other. I saw arrows like this, where you had 2 arrows pointing left or 2 arrows pointing right. That's incorrect. So they're either attractive or repulsive. Either they're both going away or they're both going in. That's the only 2 ways it can go. So please go through and fix and correct these and resubmit this assignment. no later than today. That should have been done yesterday, but I'm just clarifying to make sure everyone understood the instructions before marking it as being late.